Hey, Kathy, you got time to talk? I just checked the warehouse area of the company. I noticed that your car was parked there, but a whole bunch of other cars. What's this all about?
Oh, good morning, Laura. Sorry about that. I forgot to tell you about that. I will be borrowing that open space behind the warehouse for 10 days. Just so you know. We're friends from our kids' school, so I figured it was okay. You don't mind, do you? Just 30 cars for 10 days. It's not like you're using the space anyways.
Excuse me? I really don't know what you're talking about. I talked to the office manager who oversees the property. You told him I gave you permission? You got him to open the gate and just drove those cars in. Are you out of your mind? I never gave you permission to do that.
I was planning on getting your permission later on. Anyways, you're the president's wife. I don't see a problem. We are friends after all. Just let me use it for free. Just for 10 days. It's just an empty lot. It's not being used at all. So, what's the problem?
Just because our kids go to the same school doesn't mean you can just bring your cars here and park without permission. And this is a weekday? And you bring 30 cars in here? What's this about anyway?
Well, okay. You know my son. Well, his team won the basketball championship last week. Well, in order to celebrate this victory, we decided on a 10-day trip for all the kids and parents. Since it's almost winter break, it was perfect timing. We plan to take in various basketball games and do a little sightseeing. It will be a blast for sure. The kids deserve it.
What's that got to do with me?
We chartered several buses for the trip, which leaves from City Hall. But during the week, the place is really crowded. The parking area around that place on a work week is just awful and expensive. I have to find a spot for everyone. Like I said, this is a 10-day trip. And everyone has a lot of luggage. You know. The parking fee is highway robbery, in my opinion. Then it hit me. I remembered that your company was nearby, and you guys had that open space by the warehouse.
I'm sorry? Are you really being serious? I can't understand your reasoning.
The place is walking distance from City Hall, and besides, you're not using the area anyway, so I figured. Our kids go to the same school, and we know each other fairly well. So I was sure you would help us out.
You're way out of line. You can't just leave 30 cars here without even asking me first. And for your information, that area is currently being used. The cargo trucks come in regularly. We need that area to park the trucks and store the cargo. Those trucks are going to be coming and going all week. It'll be full by the end of the day. I can't allow you to park there. It'll disrupt our business.
Hey, I got an idea. Why don't you just close up shop while we're gone? Problem solved. Your place isn't some big corporation. Closing for 10 days or so wouldn't make much difference. And what if it goes bankrupt? Nobody would care.
Huh?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I really should have said that. But it's true, isn't it?
Yeah, whatever. Just get those cars off our property right away. This cannot stand. It's business obstruction.
It's too late for that. We're already in the bus and on our way. I'm sorry, but we can't return now. Please just give it up. I mean, it's just for 10 days, for God's sake. We'll be out of your hair in 10 days.
Have you totally lost it? We're not in this business for fun. This is a legitimate business.
Come on, loosen up. It's just 10 days. We'll be back before you know it. Have a little patience. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Your husband's company has connections with the company my husband works at, right? If you even think about getting those cars towed, well, I'll have my husband terminate all accounts with your company.
Huh? Are you threatening me?
Take it however you like. Okay, so make sure those cards aren't moved. See you in 10 days. Hey, Laura. We're back. Wow, what a great trip.
Oh, hello, Kathy. I was counting the days for your return.
Thank you so much for taking care of the cars for such a long time. Really appreciate it. Are you at home now? Nobody seems to be at the office, and the gates are closed. Could you open the gates ASAP? I'll have everyone get the cars out, and we'll be out of your way. Can't be obstructing business any further.
If you want the cars released, you're going to have to pay $40,000.
Huh? $40,000? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the cost for leasing out the space next to our warehouse. Due to the disruption of our business, this unauthorized parking of 30 vehicles in our warehouse area, you are insured for such damages, I hope.
What? You're not serious. Do you expect me to pay? But you allowed us to use that space for free.
I never said I would let you use it free of charge. You and your friends just drove right in and parked. You never even asked for permission. I never once gave you permission. I will have you pay for the damages to our business.
It's just parking. So what's this $40,000? It would have been cheaper to park at City Hall. 10 or 20 bucks a day tops.
Okay, I'll give you a brief summary of what this amount entails. When the delivery trucks came in, we had no place to store the goods, so we had no choice but to use the employee parking area. The employees were forced to park their cars at a nearby parking facility. That cost was $40 a day times 25 cars times 10 days. That's $10,000 right there. In addition, we were forced to lease the space for all the cargo we couldn't fit in the warehouse area. We had to lease a storage area across town, only place we could find at the last minute. So the cost of that storage area, the moving cost and labor cost for moving the stuff. We also had to lease the trucks and the forklifts. But still, we weren't able to fit all of it into the storage area, so there's damages for that. Oh yeah, and the parking costs to our clients. Did I mention the security we had to hire to watch over the stuff in the storage area? The total adds up to $40,000. Because you went ahead and used that area without permission, it put our entire business schedule into turmoil. We ended up having to cover various costs that we would not have encountered if that area was open. That's what it's used for. I expect this amount to be paid ASAP, or the cars stay put.
Huh? How am I going to pay $40,000? I told the other mothers that you would allow us to use that space for free. I can't very well ask them to pay now.
Oh, really? You know what? I contacted the club your son belongs to. They tell me you charged each member $50 per car for permission to park on our property. Is that right?
Oh, well, you know, I was just,
So that's $50 a head, $1,500. Nice. Does that mean you charged them $50 to park here? But then insisted that you park for free? Nice pocket change.
Huh? No, you got it all wrong. I would never sow such a thing. I was going to give all that to you once we got back from the trip.
Then why did you insist I let you use that area for free? I have that line conversation saved. I could send it to you if you'd like.
I was just joking around. Can you even take a joke? Do you really think I would con the other mothers for $1,500? It was all one big joke, that's all.
Oh, really? It was all one big joke, huh?
Of course. Come on, Laura. Do you really think I was serious?
Do you really think you'll be forgiven if you say it's all a joke?
Huh?
If you consider this all a big joke, you're more devious than I realized. With your stupid little joke, you caused this company $40,000 in damages, and I expect you to pay it in full. And that $40,000 is only an estimate and doesn't even come close to how much business we lost in the last 10 days.
It's actually more than $40,000?
Of course. Our business was disrupted for 10 full days. Do you know what that means? Our employees ended up doing overtime because of the schedule change. We spent hours locating a suitable storage site. If you put into consideration the overtime and labor costs, it would be more like $60,000. If we continue like this for any longer, we would have gone bankrupt. So, I'll ask you again. Did you seriously do this as a joke? You were planning on bankrupting our company as a joke. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no. I didn't mean it like that. That was never my intention.
If you, Kathy, have no intention of paying, I will draw up an invoice to your husband's company. Is that okay with you? You did say if I didn't allow you to use the space, you would get your husband to terminate our account. Do you remember that? Because you said that, I have no choice but to conclude that your husband's company is a party to all of this.
No, please. I didn't mean that. My husband's company had nothing to do with this. Please leave him out of it.
But you threatened me. You said you would get your husband to terminate our account with them. And now you say he has nothing to do with this? Now, I could laugh at that joke.
Really, it's no joke. This is not a joke. I'm sorry. Please, calm down. I'll pay. Okay, I'll pay. I will do something about it. I'll pay. So, could you please open the gates and get the cars out? The other mothers and their kids want to get home, so please.
I'm sorry, I can't do that. Like I said, if you want the cars released, you must first pay up. I don't trust you, to be honest. You may just up and run.
How could you do that? It's like you don't trust me at all. Besides, our kids go to the same school. I consider you a friend.
Do you really think I trust you after what you pulled? I feel sorry for the other mothers, but I can't open those gates until you pay for damages.
Please, you can't do this. What am I going to do? What do I tell the other mothers? Everyone has a load of luggage. What do I tell them? Please, open the gates! Please!
When I was frantically asking you to stop, you completely ignored me. Don't you think you're being a little selfish? You almost ruined our company.
I'm sorry. I was in the wrong. Please forgive me. I promise I will pay for the damages. Just let me get the cars out.
I'm sorry, no can do. Call a cab for the others, they'll be okay. I have an early morning tomorrow, so I better get going. Goodbye.
Please wait. Don't leave me hanging. Please.
Sorry. Good night. The next morning, Kathy and her husband arrived at our office. They both profusely apologized for the harm they caused and for using the space without permission. The mothers were furious at Kathy for lying to them and was forced to pay the taxi fees for everyone. As for the $40,000 that I was demanding, the amount was way over what she could pay on the spot, so Kathy apparently confessed everything to her husband and asked him to pay the damages. Her husband made her promise she would never do something like this again and agreed to pay the damages and, in addition, compensation on her behalf. I brought along our company lawyer who drew up all the necessary papers. With the legal papers in hand, they were allowed to finally remove the cars from our property and back to their owners. As of Kathy, we didn't want to traumatize her kid with this unfortunate incident. So, all involved decided to keep the whole affair confidential. We agreed to explain to the other mothers that it was all a misunderstanding. that I had mistaken the day when the cars would be parked. After a while, our business finally got back on track. What a relief. For a while there, I thought we would go bankrupt. As appreciation for all the hard work my employees put in during this time of crisis, I included a hefty year-end bonus to all employees. Oh, and I increased the security around our warehouse and adjoining spaces so such incidents never occur again.
Text me when you're done. I have something I need to talk to you about.
Yeah, I'm on the train and headed back home. What's wrong?
Don't freak out, okay?
Just tell me.
I think our house is bugged.
Bugged?
Yeah.
What's that supposed to mean?
Remember the story I told you about? About my friend who was being stalked?
Yeah?
Apparently her house was bugged too, with some sort of eavesdropping device. And she warned me, we live in a world where we're never fully aware of who's doing what to us. So I borrowed the bug-finding device that she bought for herself, and I scanned her house out of curiosity.
Was there a reaction?
Yes, it freaked me out so much that I acted like I was going out for shopping and jumped out of the house. But if I don't return for a long time, I think the people who's eavesdropping will notice that we found out.
That's true. Alright, let's meet up and go home together. When we get into the house, show me where the bugs are hidden. But act like we're just having normal conversations while we're at it. We'll talk about what we'll do about it through text. Got it?
Alright.
Alright, I'll meet you at the convenience store near the house. I'll be there in 15.
Got it. I'll be waiting.
Lucy, I found the first bug. It was behind the TV in the living room, inside of the outlet.
I found one too. It was between the shoe case and plants, in the electric outlet.
We better check out the bedroom and your office, too.
Yeah, I'll check my office then. Could you please check the bedroom?
Sure. Is that all of them?
Probably.
So 4 in total.
Yeah, 4. I can't believe there are so many and we didn't even know.
You work from home, so it must be even scarier.
The good thing is that I don't take meetings in my office though. I can't afford to have any information from my work being leaked.
You do all of your meetings outside in person, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't want my clients to be uncomfortable. And I just make small reports through email and text, so I don't speak about work in the house.
That's good. Now, do you have any idea who put these here?
I might. Just one person.
Really? I have 2 people in mind.
What? 2?
We're probably thinking about the same person, at least for one of them. If they're going to do this to us, they'd better be ready for anything coming back at them. We're gonna lure them out.
Lure them out?
We still don't know which of the 2 did it, but either of them will probably bite at the bait.
What are you planning to do?
I need to explain everything, but it'll take too long to tell you everything through text.
Then, should we act like we're going out for dinner and plan this out?
Yeah, let's do that. Alright, we're all set.
Yeah, I think so too.
But wow, you really are a good storyteller. I don't think anyone other than you could have come up with that plot right away.
Your acting was great too, Tom.
I almost believed all of this was real because you were so good.
Alright, let's see whom we'll catch with our trap.
Yeah, we wait for now. But I'm sorry about getting you into this.
Huh?
It's only been 6 months since we got married, but we're already in so much crap.
Don't apologize, none of this is your fault.
I guess you feel that way, but...
Let's focus on solving this problem for now.
Alright, let's do this.
Hey, Lucy! Did you really cheat on my son? I can't believe you betrayed my precious son. I never should have let you marry him. Hey, reply this instant!
Good evening, Miss Fletcher. What's the matter all of a sudden?
Don't ask me what's the matter. You cheated on my son. Who's the other man? We will hire a lawyer and sue you for compensation. You better be prepared.
Where did you hear that story?
What? Well,
I heard it from Tom.
That's weird. Neither I nor Tom has spoken about this to anyone.
You just think he hasn't told anyone.
Are you sure?
He hates you for betraying him. Why on earth would he tell you whom he told?
I mean, yes, that's what would usually happen.
Well then, where are you right now?
I'm in my office at home.
Get out of that house!
What?
I cannot allow a cheater to be by my precious son. That house is under Tommy's name. You broke a sacred promise, so now you must leave this instant. I can't believe you. Why did poor Tommy have to pick a woman like you? He could have found such a better wife.
I see how you feel. All right, before I leave, could you please come over to our house at noon tomorrow?
Why me?
There's a very important topic we must talk about.
Oh, I see you're trying not to be blunt. This is about your divorce, isn't it? Fine, I'll be there to manage everything.
Long time no see.
Oh, Victoria!
Have you been doing well?
What do you need?
I just thought it might be time you started missing me.
What? Why would I miss the girl who cheated and broke up with me?
I've already broken up with that other guy.
Oh, you broke up?
Yeah, but honestly, the only reason all of that happened was that you left me alone and only cared about your work.
I was studying for a license my company asked me to get. I do feel sorry for how I treated you back then, though.
Didn't you pass on the test? And I heard you got a raise and became a manager.
That was 3 years ago!
Oh, it's been so long since we broke up.
Yeah?
I mean, I could act like nothing happened if you want.
What? What are you saying?
I heard your wife cheated on you.
How do you know that?
Just a rumor.
Really?
You should underestimate my sources.
Alright then. You've always known everything about me for some reason.
Yes, exactly. And I was thinking, if you broke up with your wife, want to get back together with me?
With you?
Aren't you getting divorced and she cheated on you? I could hear your wounded heart, you know.
Alright then. Could you come over to my house at noon tomorrow?
Oh, already inviting me over?
I haven't moved since we broke up.
Alrighty, can't wait to see you.
Hey, Lucy! What is this about? I came at the promised time. Why are the police here? And why is Tom's ex-girlfriend here?
Greetings, Miss Fletcher.
Do not greet me! You better explain all of this right now.
Oh, have you not heard from the police?
Heard what?
About the devices that were hidden in our house.
I don't know what you're talking about.
4 places! 4!
4?
You did this, didn't you?
No, I only hid 2.
I see. So you meant bugging our house.
Oh, well,
Oh, and I forgot to tell you the 2 of us are moving.
what?
And, of course, we won't tell you our next address.
What? I just wanted to make sure you 2 were doing fine.
We don't need your monitoring.
But I might be able to give you tips about when it's time to make children.
What is wrong with you?
Don't do this.
We'll leave the rest to the police.
Wait!
Goodbye. Tom, why are the police at your house? And your mom? What is this?
Oh, you really came, huh?
What?
I think you know what I'm talking about. The eavesdropping devices you hid before we broke up.
Oh,
You were obsessed with me, but you allowed us to break up all of a sudden, and I knew something was off.
how did you...
We found out about them by coincidence, so we did some acting to lure out whoever hid it.
Acting?
About the cheating thing. That was all a script written by my wife. She's an author.
A script?
Husband finds out about wife cheating and they get into a huge fight. So it's impossible that you knew. Only me and her know anything about this act.
How could you do this to me?
The person who hid the devices. I was having trouble deciding whether it was my psychotic mom or crazy ex, but I didn't expect it to be both.
So the divorce.
That was a lie too.
I can't believe you.
Whatever. Now we know you're one of the people who did it. We'll leave the rest to the police. Both my mom and ex were met by the police at our old front door, and they immediately began being questioned. The two tried to run away, but they ran into our bathroom using the spare key my mom had. Apparently, they were both texting us from the bathroom. A while later, they finally gave up and were caught by the police. We ended up sparing any legal actions against them, but my mother-in-law was divorced by my father-in-law because of this incident, so she tried to return to her hometown, but was rejected by her family because they were scared of her habit of bugging houses. My ex was rejected by her fiancé, and apparently, she's in big trouble trying to pay for compensation. I get the want to know everything, but I could never understand the nerve of eavesdropping on people in the comfort of their homes to fulfill that urge.